What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to the Crypto Catch Up. Of course, your number one place to catch up on crypto. Now, as the crypto market is breaking out and things are looking pretty good, we're starting to get a few warning signals from the back end that I need to share with you all today. You guys know we have been bullish, we have been excited, we have been all of these things, but at the same time, anytime I see warning signs or things that I feel like I need to share with you, I will do that as fast as I possibly can, because the goal here is to keep you as caught up on crypto as possible. And so with that said, let's get straight into today's catch up. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Bitcoin yourself on up to 100x leverage without needing a KYC, meaning you don't give them over your personal information, feel free to check out that Margex link down in the description below. You are going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses and rewards, and the reason why I use Margex primarily is because of the fact that I can use several different forms of collateral, which makes my life super easy. So feel free to go check that out if you do want, down in the description below. Now, looking at Bitcoin specifically today, okay, what we know is that things have been looking good, right? Going into the end of last week, things started to pick up a little bit. We consolidated throughout the weekend, and now it looks like we're picking back up right where we left off. So obviously it feels good and things are great, and we will actually talk about this in a little bit here. But what I want to actually talk about is the fact that although this is happening at this exact moment, again, there are warning signs that are going off right now that lead me to be a little bit concerned with what the short term could look like, and I think some of you, or some people in general, are going to see some losses. Now, to start, why is the market pumping? I think it's just a technical and fundamental breakout. We did get some news that Germany's publicly traded company, Samara AG, will issue 30 million pounds worth of bonds to buy Bitcoin and stake in funds. So I do think that's interesting news. I think that's good news. Don't get me wrong. Of course, we've not seen a lot of news from Germany recently. The majority of our news has come from that Eastern Asian area. And so the fact that we're starting to see some of these European countries kind of jump back on the boat, I think it's a good thing. But overall, this definitely isn't good enough news for the market to move like this. Again, I think it was just a technical breakout. Now, from a technical perspective, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. When we look at what's been going on, we were in this macro uptrend throughout the month of September. We had a bit of a pullback towards the beginning of October. We came back down, put in a three-wave correction to the downside. Sorry, a 1, a 2, and then a 3, or some people like to call it an A, B, C correction to the downside, use this double establishment of support to then bounce back to the upside, cleared our previous point of resistance, set the new macro high. Now we're looking pretty damn good, right? So we got a technical breakout of this descending structure in which we had been in. And so overall, I do actually think that this is just a healthy, natural, normal move. It's a normal continuation of what we were in September. Now, it doesn't particularly guarantee that we are going to continue the up, right? It doesn't mean that we're for sure going to see Bitcoin continue, but there is a good likelihood, right? I'd say there's a good likelihood. What we can see, of course, is that Bitcoin has been in this macro structure for quite some time, right? Bitcoin has been in here since March of this year. And so obviously this could be a beautiful move if we do get it to the upside. But obviously there are things in our way. There are steps that still need to be taken. There are resistance levels that need to be broken. And there's still progress to be made before we get this breakout. And that's just to get up here. And then we need to break it. Because realistically, we failed it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. It's very possible we fail it a 6th time. And so, of course, because of that, although this is great, there are some things in front of us still. Now, this does pivot me into the next thing that I wanted to talk about. And the real reason I wanted to make today's video is because I do want to issue a bit of a warning about what we are seeing right now, okay? So as Bitcoin's price has started to get this breakout, people are just moving too fast. Okay, that's the best way I can explain this. People are moving too fast. If we look at our visual screen over the last 24 hours, just about everybody on every crypto in the top 100 right now are closing down their short trades and opening up their long trades, getting incredibly bullish and trying to chase this pump that Bitcoin and the rest of the market has made. If we go back out to our crypto fear and greed index, you guys know this thing was kind of traversing between that 39 to 40 zone. And then again, a couple days ago, we talked about the fact that it absolutely shot up. And I warned you, I said, look, in moments like this where we go freaking from 32 straight up to 50, that means that people are getting very reactionary to this market and they're moving based off their emotions. And it's still happening, right? It's happening at this exact moment. From an RSI perspective, if we do go out to where we are, say on the hourlies, boom, we're looking a little bit overbought. Sorry, you look at your 4 hours, we're also looking a little bit overbought on a lot of your major cryptos. Bitcoin specifically almost pushing into this overbought zone, which isn't historically a good thing. Now, whenever we look at something like liquidation map, okay, boom, on the 1 day, substantially more liquidations will now happen if this market pushes downwards. On the 7 day, substantially more liquidations. The 30 day, guys, more liquidations will now happen to the downside on every single one of our liquidation time frames. Now, does this mean for sure that this market's going to go down? No, it doesn't mean that. There are still liquidations that'll happen if Bitcoin pushes higher, but you need to understand that there will still be pullbacks. There are still going to be these moments. Even if Bitcoin continues up, where we pull back like that, or we pull back like that, and keep liquidating people as we do try to make this move to the top side of this channel. And so although this is great and although this is bullish, I need you to be careful, because all of these people who are betting that Bitcoin won't hit 61K or can't hit 63K, you go down to the 1 days, the people who don't think Bitcoin can go to 63,000 from 64,000 are going to get liquidated at some given point. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so with that in mind, guys, you have to understand, like, it's so frustrating. And I have these moments where I get so frustrated because I look at this and I think, look, we're almost there. We've almost broken out of this big macro structure that's been forcing us down for months and months, 6 months now. We're almost out of it. Why are you risking getting liquidated while we're in this little bitty ass apex of this resistance and support when you could just wait it out a little bit? Option number one is it's going to pull back and we're going to get better buying opportunities to the downside. Option number two is Bitcoin's going to break out of here and the door to 100K is now open. Why risk it in this for these little bitty gains? It does not make sense. And so because of that, I would say to all of you right now that it does seem as if Bitcoin is going to try to go for a breakout here. Maybe not right now. It might look a little bit ugly. It might not get, exactly how we want, but it does seem as if Bitcoin is going to eventually try to make this move. And so right now, let it play out a little bit. If you are on leverage, go on smaller leverage. I'm on 5x, 6x right now at most. At most. I'm not doing any higher than that because again, I'm not sacrificing and risking short-term, losses for long-term gains. It doesn't make sense. And so because of that overall, guys, I'm not sacrificing my potential long-term gains to risk short-term losses. It doesn't make sense. And so because of that, I just wanted to warn you that, look, things are good, things are great, and I'm really liking what we're seeing. But if you're getting over dramatic about this and you are going long and you're risking liquidation at 62 to 63K, the tens of millions of dollars of liquidations that are going to happen here, you're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake. So of course, as this does play out, as the news does come out, as the fundamentals do change, as the price does change, you guys know I will continue to update you here on the Crypto Catch-Up because it is your number one place to stay fully, truly caught up on the world of crypto. So if you have been enjoying it, don't forget, guys, we have a goal of 1,500 subscribers by November 1st. We're on track to get there. So if you can help us out, it'd be amazing. This channel is only 2 months old and we're absolutely crushing it. So thank you all for your support, and I can't wait to catch up with you all next time. Peace out, everybody.